you can't train if you don't recover.
He's saying that heavy weights destroy joints like it did to Ronnie Coleman.
You go to the gym and you do curls like this, you're not getting nothing. Does cardio and trying to gain go together? You should be eating carbs throughout the whole day, and you should make sure that your body understands how to utilize carbohydrates. Would you recommend surgery to repair a torn pec? Well, I'm not a surgeon, so again, from what I understand about pecs is if you don't tear it completely off, leave it alone. If it's a minor tear, just leave it alone. If it's torn completely off, obviously you need to go back in and try to reattach it. James, make sure that maybe you should, there's a couple different things now. You can get a safety bar, you're probably using that. I think they got some new cool things that you can kind of hold a strap to the bar to get your shoulders. And then the main thing for anybody, if you are squatting and you have a hard time putting your hands behind there, I would recommend getting some massages, trying to get those shoulders open. Don't lose that range of motion. That's one of the, I think, the biggest things that we talk about here is that range of motion. Especially like Serge is 22, and we are going to still continue to push to get him range of motion for behind the neck, because these are some range of motions that I don't want you guys to lose. All right, and I don't care if you're 50 or 60 years old. I don't want you to lose those range of motions. This is very important for all of you. Okay, this is a smart question. You already know it?
Yeah.
Or read it.
Is it okay to skip a weightlifting day when your muscles don't feel fully solid yet?
Okay, so solid, maybe fully recovered, maybe in that aspect he's not recovering. So he says, can I skip a weightlifting day? 100%. I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you asked that. That might be the most intelligent question this whole day. Understand, and you can't train if you don't recover. And again, that's why Jeffrey put up the nutrition, is so we can work together, my whole team. And now I got, how do we got? We got Luke, we got you, we got Mo, we got, this one's going to be leaving us soon. But we got 4 or 5 people here. They get everything in order. I take care of your nutrition. I put it on point. It takes us 24 to 48 hours to get you back and set up, and you get your nutrition. Now, he could be training so hard here that he's not recovering. That happens also. Either way, make sure the nutrition is on point. Make sure that you're probably not doing, here's another thing. If you're not doing 2 body parts a week, which you should not be, and if you're going to do 2 body parts a week, it's only for about 2 months to the most you should be doing that out of the year. Yeah, I would just say make sure that you're on the right nutrition plan and the right training plan, okay? Great question, though. Man, way to follow that up after Rio just dropped the ball. Hey, do you guys remember when I was all 310 pounds? And now I'm 277 pounds and ripped to the bone?
Dude, Martin's over here talking that, saying that...
Happens fast, right? Happens fast. What's that?
Martin is saying that heavy weights destroy joints like it did to Ronnie Coleman.
That might be the dumbest comment. That beats Rio. Rio just doesn't know that push-ups ain't going to build his triceps to a, and there is no certain number. So Martin said, actually made a comment about science. Is his name Martin?
Yeah.
Martin, congratulations. You just made a comment against something that's been proven in science, that heavy weights actually builds the body, builds the connective tissue, and makes the body stronger. It's called Wolff's Law. Look it up. Also look up Davis' Law. That's also about, the one is about bone density, and the other one's about connective tissue, about strength and heavy weights, which actually, what builds it, makes it stronger. Your body adapts to the pressure it's put under. Congratulations, you just argued against science. David Sosa does his egg whites. He drinks them with a scoop of protein. I do it too. I wouldn't do it now because I'm so hungry that I'd rather cook the eggs and have something to eat. But yeah, during the size time, I would do it that way. Jeffrey just gave a yawn like no other. Holy sheesh, man. Does cardio and trying to gain, wait, what? Does cardio and trying to gain go together?
That's the one I
It's tough just because I mean, you're doing something cardiovascular that's more for the heart or burning calories, but then you're trying to take in calories to build muscle and have them recover. So it's kind of a oxymoron.
Ooh,
Sorry, was that too much?
dude.
You should be eating carbs throughout the whole day, and you should make sure that your body understands how to utilize carbohydrates. That's the main thing. And I think the hugest thing, which is weird because in the 80s or 70s, 80s, and 90s, there was never a problem. People would wake up, they would eat a meal, they would go train, and then they would eat through the day. And that's where I put on most of my size. And the whole concept of, no, you don't get fat if you eat after 8 o'clock at night. You don't get fat. It's your calorie intake and how bad you're eating is what's going to make you fat. I was taking in 11,000 calories a day. I had taken 11,000 calories a day to put that size back on and everything like that, because 6,000 calories and 7,000 calories was just keeping me lean. So yeah, guys, carbohydrates are such a key point. Now, if you're one of these people that are always worried about their blood sugar level, that's you and that's your psyche, and I need you to go take care of that and set that aside. My recommendation, though, is to understand how much media puts out and what they're trying to teach you. They're trying to teach you just drop carbohydrates, and what's going to happen is you're just going to be a bag of bones, and you're going to teach your body how not to function with carbohydrates. And if you're not diabetic already, you may make yourself that way. So it's the complete opposite.
Like the other day, we were talking about people being concerned on how many eggs to eat.
Yeah.
This guy's asking if 10 raw eggs a day on a bulk is okay.
I don't understand the question. I don't know why 10 eggs would be bad. Why would that even be a question?
That's why. So like,
Why is 10 egg whites bad?
no, just raw eggs.
Are you saying the whole egg or white eggs? Yeah, 10 eggs. I mean, what are you doing 10 eggs for?
Let's try bulk.
With 10 eggs? Yeah.
Yes.
I'd say I'm a 280-pound guy, so I take in about, to the most during that time, about 8 a day. But also, I have no problems. Meaning, there's no history in my family with cholesterol problems or anything else like that. So I would make sure that you check that, no matter what age you are. I'd make sure that your family doesn't have problems like that, because you could be setting yourself up for a heart attack. Scott, I'm the same way, man. Off season, I love that huge carbohydrate meal. I'll do pasta with steak, but a good amount of pasta, about 100 grams, if not 150 grams, right before bed. I mean, honestly, it is. I finish my bite and I go to sleep, and it puts me at such a good sleep, a nice deep sleep, a REM sleep, recovery. And you wake up so full and recovered, and also you can sleep 8 hours. Like right now, I'm barely sleeping maybe 5 hours. I go to sleep and I wake up. The other night I went to sleep at 8 and I woke up at 9 o'clock wide awake, and I'm like, killed me.
You went to bed at 8?
I went to bed at 8 o'clock.
That's sleep. You live in a fucking luxury life.
Yeah, luxury life, right? It's 7 o'clock here. But yeah, I love those carbs at night, man. Man, you're doing it right. Today, write down some serious questions, some things that you think are really actually helpful. Then Google some of those, and they may give you somewhat of an answer. If you don't believe those answers and don't apply those answers, then come over and let's talk about it, and then I can kind of give you a point of view on it. But he's saying that most of the questions are basic questions that you're just hearing social media people talk about and say. I think we saw some videos of a guy, and he was posting videos of how to do the form and not do the form. And it was not even just one guy, it was 3 pages I saw, and they were all saying, this is bad form, this is good form. You've seen those pages, right? It was funny because all 3 pages were wrong. Both forms were correct. Both forms are correct, and the funny thing is, in the second form where they're saying it's bad, is usually by the end of the form of the first one is what you should be doing. Or the first form is actually bad because it's so rigid and so locked into a position that you're not going to get any secondary benefit from it. I mean, you're going to get a minor cardio burn, calorie burn, but you're not going to actually get any kind of real development. If you go to the gym and you do curls like this, you're not getting nothing. You're doing 10 pounds. You're not tearing the fibers. You're not doing anything for yourself. So be careful about what you're looking at. Okay, guys? Carbs are your friend. Here's another thing. Yeah, Doc, we're here. Here's another thing. There was a point in my career where I saw the deterioration of everybody around me. And then I would see that through year and year after year. And I'd always see it around the same time. Somebody would get hurt. You'd get an owie. Now, I'm not saying that's easy. It is hard to come back from an injury. But they would get an owie and they would blame it on heavy weight. Okay? And then all they would happen is their body would deteriorate so fast. Okay? And the older they were, the faster they would deteriorate. And then I'd also see guys that go, well, I don't eat this way anymore. I stopped eating that way. I stopped eating carbohydrates. And again, their body would deteriorate. And then all I would see is a bag of bones with some loose skin. So what I'm trying to teach you guys again is the same concept that I've lived, or Mona's lived, or the people in the power bodybuilding world have lived. And the pro athletes that I've worked with that are in their 40s and 50s and still crushing it. I'm trying to teach you that there's a basic principle to this stuff. And if it's followed correctly and simply, you can get 10 times better and you can keep it.